All right, welcome everybody to the Beijing semi-finals. We're starting with Gauff and Anisimova. It's a big match. We've got Sinner coming up later over in Shanghai, and we've also got Eala playing in Wuhan qualies. So that's what we got on today. I have no idea if the schedule's out for tomorrow. I don't think it is. But tomorrow, Djokovic, obviously the final of this tournament as well. Djokovic, and I think Sinner might play tomorrow if he wins today. So it's a pretty busy day. But what's going on, Chad? How are we doing? Are we ready? Are we ready for a hectic few hours? It should be like, well, unless this match goes quick, we should be live for like the next 5-6 hours. Also, plenty of matches going on in Shanghai as well, so we'll keep an eye on everything going on. FAA and Demonor both won. Rublev lost, which was a bit of a shock. Zverev is winning. Musetti just started. Menchik is winning. Shapovalov is winning. So, yeah. Plenty of stuff to keep us busy. But let's see if Anisimova can officially qualify. I think she's already qualified, right? She is already officially qualified. Let's see if she can get a big win over Coco. They haven't played for 3 years. I've only played twice. It's 1-1. They did grow up playing against each other. I think they played in the French Open Junior final, right? Is that a thing? Is that what happened? I think they played in the French Open Junior final. And Gauff won, I think. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe not. Maybe I made that up. No, it was the US Open. I was close. And Anisimova beat Gauff in the US Open final, junior final in 2017. I was close. I was very close. Other players that were in that draw that you might be familiar with, Raducanu was in that draw as well. You had volley nets. You had Osorio competing in that tournament as well. Also, Cocciaretto was in that draw. Danilovic played that tournament. Lulu's son was in that tournament. And also Kostyuk was in that tournament as well. So it was a pretty hectic draw. And then in the qualifying of that tournament, Towson was in the qualies, which is interesting. So, yeah. So, Clara Towson was in the qualies of that same junior tournament. So, it was a pretty hectic time. But Anisimova beat Gauff. Gauff was a wild card, made the final. Wasn't supposed to be there, but beat the number 5 seed along the way and got to the final. And then Anisimova won the whole thing. Yeah, so Anisimova's already qualified. So has Keys. So that means there's only 2 spots left? 3 spots left. 2 spots left. 2 spots left, and you got Pegula, who, if she wins this tournament, will be in the finals as well. You've got Andreeva, 3 spots left. I can count. 3 spots left. You got Andreeva, Raducanu, Paolini, and Pegula. It's really who's going to get that last spot between Raducanu and Paolini. That's sort of where we're at with it at the moment. And maybe, look, a very long shot, but maybe you can put in Alexandrova as well. She's still a fair bit behind. She'll have to do really well next week, but she might also be on that list as well. Very interesting to see Zhang pulling out of Wuhan. So Zhang, her ranking's going to drop out of the top 10 for sure. Which will make way for give a chance to Towson and Alexandrova to make some top 10 debut. And on the men's side, has anything changed on the men's side yet? Or not yet, just still... Djokovic could qualify if he does well in Shanghai. So could Zverev. Yeah, still plenty of tennis for the men, so it's not as crazy. All right, Anisimova serving, 15 love. I'm going to go with Gauff in 3. Let me know who you're going for in this one, chap. Let me know. All right, forehand to backhand rally. There's Gauff into the forehand of Anisimova. Anisimova hits a winner. 30 love. Yeah, Keys is technically in. I mean, she might not play because she hasn't played for a while. She might withdraw, but I don't know what's going on with her fitness-wise, but yeah. $40 love. $40 love. Let's move to take the first game. And then the next semi-final is between Pegula and Noskova. We're not going to be able to watch that because there's so much going on at the same time. But we'll keep an eye on that while we watch Sinner later. $40-15. We've got a fault from Anisimova, second serve. Second serve. Oh, there's a first serve. Second serve now. 40-30. Serve in the back and a Gauff. To the forehand of Anisimova. Anisimova hits wide and it's deuce. All right. Anisimova forehand on the line. Gauff gets with the backhand. The backhand of Anisimova. Gauff with the forehand on the stretch. As Anisimova comes to the net. Gauff with the pass. Anisimova volley. Winner. And it's advantage Anisimova. Advantage Anisimova. The first game of this semi-final. Backhand goes into the slice of Gauff. Gauff in the net. No, Anisimova, first game. 1-0. Zverev took the first set 6-4 if anybody cares. I think people care. All right. They're just showing that Keys has qualified. So there's only 3 spots left. And these two ladies have obviously qualified. So We'll see what happens. All right, backhand goes into the backhand of Anisimova. As Gauff, it's a forehand wide, and it's love 15. Love 15. Love 15. As Gauff, it's out again. Love 30. Love 30. As the return goes to front of Gauff. And then Gauff, it's out again. Love 40. Horrible game by Coco. As we're back in the backhand rally. Gauff goes to forehand of Coco as Gauff. Sorry, Anisimova goes to the backhand of Coco and Coco in the net. All right. And it is 2-love. Anisimova breaks. All right, 2-love. Yeah, a lot of errors by Coco in that one. As the return goes to backhand of Anisimova. Gauff backhand. And then Anisimova in the net. Love 15. As Gauff hits it in the net, 15-all. As that goes out on the Gauff backhand. As that goes out by Gauff again, it's 40-15. This could be over in an hour. It's an ugly start. All right, return the net by Gauff, 3-love. 10 minutes played. Anisimova leads. By the way, chat, yesterday I watched Apollo 18. Very creepy. Very creepy. Very creepy. Very creepy. It's good, though. It was good. It was just very creepy. Ugh. But it was good. Thought Anisimova was injured, but the way she broke Coco, maybe not. I mean, she doesn't have any tape on her leg today, so I don't know if she's injured. Maybe she's had a couple of days to recover. Right. Three's love. 3 love. All right, back to Coco. All right, serve in the backhand over Anisimova. And then Gauff in the backhand goes in the net. 15, love 15. The return goes the net by Anisimova. 15-0. As Gauff serves the let. As Anisimova hits a great return win up. 15-30. 15-30. As that goes the net by Gauff again. 15-40. Anisimova to take the double break in the first set. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Seven to the backhand of Anisimova. Great return. Gauff hits backhand wide, and Anisimova is playing so well. She is not missing, and she is forcing Gauff to miss a lot of shots. 4 love. Four zero. All right. Back to Anisimova. To go. Try to go to 5 love as that goes out by Coco. Love, 15 love. 15 love. Oh, today daylight savings begins. Oh, gross. Damn it. That sucks. 30 love. Forgot daylight savings today. Ruins everything. 30 love. Seven to the forehand of Gauff. Forehand from Anisimova to the backhand of Gauff. Gauff hits it out. 40 love. Anisimova to go to 5 love in like 20 seconds. Joanne, it's both. Anisimova playing amazing and Coco missing a lot of shots. Like, it's both. It's both of those things. Which is why this match is so fast and so one-sided. Like, Anisimova's playing great. And Coco just can't hit a ball over the net. 5 love. 5-0 in 2 minutes. I mean, this is 15 minutes of 5-love is ridiculous. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, we literally just got here. All right. Anisimova will... Well, Coco will try and get a game. Try and avoid a bagel. Right. 5-0. I think Gauff should just win this game and just write this set off and then try it. Start again. We just got here. It's been 15 minutes. We literally just started. All right. Gauff serves to get on the board. And the crowd's going wild. They're like, yeah, please. Please win a game. We paid a lot to be here. Make this competitive. Come on. All right, Coco serves. First serve is a fault, second serve. Why do people dislike Gauff so much? I don't understand. She seems like a very nice person. Anisimova hits a lovely backhand winner. It's love 15. All the Coco haters show up when she's losing. You don't show up when she's winning. They all just show up when she's not. When she's losing, and pretend like she's not good. Like she hasn't won 2 Grand Slams, and she's like, only 21 years old and just getting started. I mean, she complains so much. No, she doesn't. 4-4 rally. As Anisimova forehand goes wide, it's 15-0. Coco doesn't complain much at all. Uh, 15-0. You just watch highlight packages of her complaining, arguing with the umpire, which happens like maybe twice a year. But when you put 5 years worth of stuff into one video, it makes it look like she does it a lot, but she doesn't do it that much. Also, whenever she does talk to the umpire, it blows out of proportion to be this like big deal. Like she's like yelling and screaming and shit. It's not true at all. Like so many people just don't understand. Like don't watch it. You don't watch enough Coco Gauff. If you're watching highlights of her getting upset, you're going to think that she does that all the time, but she doesn't do that at all. She only does that once every, like maybe twice a year. Maybe. 30-15. Coco's not a drama queen. At all. (30-15). As the return goes to forehand of Gauff. Backhand now from Anisimova. Into the forehand of Gauff. Gauff in the net. 30-0. This match is just going so fast for Coco. It's just like, man, it's just hard to just slow things down a little bit. Try and get 1 point each, 1 point at a time. That's what you got to do in this situation. 30-0. As a fault, second serve. Second serve. Has Gauff double faults. All right. Set point for Anisimova for one of the quickest sets. One of the quickest first sets we've seen. And Swiatek, that's including Swiatek. I mean, this would be quick for Swiatek. All right. Anisimova to take the first set. Serving to the backhand of Anisimova. Backhand from Gauff. Into the forehand of Anisimova is Gauff. Again to the forehand of Anisimova. Down the line's long by Anisimova, and we get to deuce. All right, deuce. I notice online news outlets constantly try to whip up controversy, quoting players out of context, etc. Yeah, that happens a lot. It happens a lot, unfortunately, to Gauff as well. Paint a picture that she's not at all, like that. It's Coco double faults, and it's advantage. Advantage Anisimova. Same thing happens with Swiatek, Drama sells, unfortunately. Advantage Anisimova. As she hits a return, Gauff gets on the stretch, and then Anisimova in the net. Oh, that would have been a good finish, but just couldn't quite get it. Deuce. Deuce. Gauff serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Return goes wide. Advantage Gauff. To get on the board. Advantage Coco. Serve to the back of Anisimova. Backhand from Gauff. It's a drop shot. Anisimova gets it. And then Gauff goes down the line and hits a winner. All right, Coco's on the board. 5-1. 5-1. Anisimova's going to serve for the set, but Coco avoids a bagel. All right. Anisimova serving for the set. Now you got to remember, chat, that in the last match, Gauff played against Eva Lees, right? Totally different opponent. So we mentioned this when we watched her play Lees. Gauff was getting a lot of first serves in, but she wasn't winning that many points on her first serve. She was winning, sort of high 60s, which is still good, but she wasn't, winning 80% of first serves because she wasn't really hitting her first serve that hard because she could afford to do that, right? You can't afford to hit a soft serve against Anisimova. Anisimova hits the ball, returns the ball like Sabalenka, right? Just scary. So that's probably why why we're here right now. As Anisimova hits a lovely drop shot, Gauff with the slice goes long. Great rally. Also, Anisimova's come out here on the first point and just started smacking the ball back. And maybe Coco wasn't ready for that straight away. Maybe she thought she'd be able to play into this a little bit and feel the Anisimova power. They haven't played for 3 years. And I don't think maybe Coco wasn't ready for Anisimova's power straight away. Anisimova just red hot, just coming out of the blocks. And Gauff hasn't had time to sort of settle into this yet. I mean, it's only been 20 minutes. All right, 15 love. Serving to the back of the Gauff. Backhand from Anisimova goes wide. And it's 15 all. As Anisimova hits it in the net, okay. 15-30. Anisimova's starting to make some errors. 15-30. No, this is Coco's real level. She always gets lucky with draws and terrible opponents, so she gets far in points. Bro, you can't be serious. That you don't mean that. You're making a joke, right? That was a joke. Bro, I don't want to school you. 15:30 as that goes to the net by Anisimova. 15:40. Please don't. Come on. You were joking. Just say you're joking, please. God, please tell me you're joking. 15:40. Don't. Yeah, come on now. You know that ain't true. You were just making a joke, right? That was a joke. There's no way you believe that. All right, Gauff's got her first break point of the day. That's a crazy statement. If you believe that, I mean, you must have bumped your head. Like, what are you doing? 15:40. The hell? Anisimova in trouble for the first time today. As Gauff returns into the backhand of Anisimova, Gauff with the backhand into the net. 30-40. School me with the Eala. We're not talking about Eala. We're talking about Gauff, mate. What are you talking about? I'll say three things. WTA Finals 2024, US Open, French Open. The end. That's it. Don't need to say anymore. That's all. Just go look at those tournaments and you tell me she's lucky. You go tell me she got lucky winning those tournaments. You go tell me. You come back here and you say, yeah, she was lucky. Okay. You tell me she was lucky by winning those tournaments. You tell me she didn't play the best player on the planet in those tournaments. You tell me that she didn't play Sabalenka. You tell me she didn't play Swiatek. All right. Advantage in this moment to take the first set. Come on now. Come on. You might not like Coco, but you got to at least give her that. You at least got to give her that. Advantage in Anisimova to take the first set. As the return goes into the form of Anisimova, Anisimova puts it away. That's a great first set by Anisimova. That is a statement set by Anisimova. By the way, if anybody's thinking like, oh my God, Gauff's terrible, she's playing the number 4 in the world. Like, what do you mean? Anisimova's like one of the best players on the planet. What do you mean she's playing? What do you mean? It's not like she's playing the number 50 in the world qualifier. And it's like, what are you talking about? This is Anisimova. She's like top 5. Hello? She made the 2 finals in it. She beat Swiatek to make the final of the US and beat Sabalenka at the final of Wimbledon. What are you talking about? But she's not losing to a nobody. The hell? How do you pretend like Anisimova's not that good? Huh? By the way, Anisimova is that good. She only had 6 winners and 10 errors, but a couple of those errors were at the end. Gauff, though, 2 winners and 11 errors, so she really couldn't get it going. But 13 forced errors by Gauff. That shows how much power. Even though Anisimova's not hitting winners, clean winners, she's making Gauff miss by her power, which is forced errors. She's hit 11 unforced, which is her own fault. 13 forced. That's Anisimova's fault. Making you hit errors, right? So Gauff, that's what happened. Anisimova's being super aggressive. Gauff can't handle it. And also Gauff, when she gets a chance, is also making errors. So, but towards the end there, Gauff started to at least get in the rallies. So let's see if she can start the second set a bit better. All right. All right. Whose power is more impressive, Sabalenka or Anisimova? Probably Sabalenka, because she has precision and power. Like, she hits the ball like right in the corners with a lot of power. Whereas Anisimova is just straight up, like just flat power. Not too much, not as much precision. All right. All right. Navarro is much improved. True. All right. Let's see if Gauff can get off to a better start here, but Anisimova just keeps hitting big shots, and Gauff hits it in the net again. God, Anisimova just can't miss. Like, those ground strokes are ridiculous. Like, Gauff can't handle it. And Gauff, like we said, Gauff can handle Sabalenka, who has as much power But Gauff can't handle Anisimova's power right now. Again, maybe she wasn't expecting it to be this aggressive. Love 30. Anisimova a chance to get the break already. All right. Love 30. As a return goes in the backhand of Gauff. Backhand up from Anisimova to the backhand of Gauff. As Anisimova again to the backhand of Gauff. Anisimova backhand down the line. Goes long. 15-30. Anisimova looks locked in. Like, you want to know what the zone is? She's in it. 15-30. As Coco serves. Double fault, and that was because she's scared of Anisimova's returns. That's what that double fault came from. She tried to hit a big second serve, and she overhit it, and that was because of Anisimova's intimidation. That's where that double fault came from. That was the intimidation factor. All right, Anisimova to get the break first game of the second. As Gauff serves another fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Anisimova. Backhand from Coco. Goes long. Gauff doesn't even have time to react to move her feet. That's how fast the ball's coming back. And Anisimova is just flying. Setting a break. All right. Anisimova in control. As a serve. Into the form of Gauff. Anisimova down the line. Gauff gets up with the backhand on the stretch. Then Anisimova a clean backhand winner. I mean, this is the definition of just too good. $15 A bit of fault, second serve. This should have been the game when you need to go to the shops. I know, right? Yeah, where was this match? Why wasn't this match happening when I needed to get out of here? Now I have nowhere to be, and now this match is going so quick. Back in there by Anisimova, 15-0. Anisimova serves again. To the backhand of Gauff. Anisimova to the backhand of Gauff. As Anisimova backhand again. The backhand of Gauff. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Gauff with the forehand again to the forehand of Anisimova, who hits a clean winner again. 30-15. Anisimova just can't miss some of these shots. They're just so clean. 30-15. I'll say this though. I reckon that this is a great example of somebody who's had a slow build-up from match to match in terms of opponent, and somebody who's gone from like tough opponent to an easier opponent back to a tough opponent. If you look at Anisimova's draw, she went from Bolter to Zhang, then Mukova Paolini. So, getting harder and harder, right? And also the last round, Paolini and Gauff, well, at least, defensively, they're very similar, right? Gauff's a great defender. So Anisimova got a chance to play someone like that already. So she kind of got an idea of, okay, well, I know how to, use my power to not, overhit like she was a little bit against Paolini. Where Gauff, she went Rakhimova, Fernandez, Bencic, but then she went to Lise, which is nothing like Anisimova, right? Elise is nowhere near. The closest she's come to playing someone like Anisimova is Bencic. But even then, Bencic is not exactly like Anisimova. She doesn't have the same power. It would have been better if Gauff had played Raducanu, right? That would have been ideal preparation for this match. And I'm sure that's a factor for both players, that they both, had totally different quarterfinals to prepare for one another. And it's not Gauff's fault. She couldn't, she didn't pick to play Lise. That just happened. But going from Lise to Anisimova is completely different. Totally different players. Obviously, totally different levels as well at this stage. Whereas Anisimova went from Paolini to Gauff, which is, a top 10 player who's very good defensively, to one of the better top 10 players who's great defensively. And Anisimova is handling it as well as she could.
Nice haircut, Cam. Looking hella boss. PS. I just got engaged. Shout to my girl.
Hey! Congratulations! Congratulations. Thank you for the 20. 15 love. As Gauff serves a double fault. 15-0. Golubic and Valinets are in the final of Suzhou. Golubic took out Maria. There you go. As a backhand return from Anisimova as a winner. What do you do against that? You can't do anything. 15-30. You can't do anything against that shot. That's just too good. A first serve return backhand winner. I mean, there's no one that can, everyone would have lost that point. 15-30. Another return winner off a first serve. I mean, and even Coco's like, what am I doing? Nothing. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Anisimova's just in the mood. She's in a mood and she's just hitting return winners off first serves. I mean, what can you do to get the double break? Serving to the back end of Anisimova. Good return again into the front of Gauff. Gauff in the net. Anisimova breaks again. 3-love. I'll tell you this much. If you're Coco Gauff and you do end up losing this match, right? Let's say she loses this match 6-2 in the second. She hasn't done much wrong. She's just being overpowered and outplayed. So, on a day like this, when Anisimova is just on fire, it sucks, but it's also not much you could do, right? Well, so Coco could, if she does go down, because it's still not over, but if she does lose this, she shouldn't be too hard on herself, because Anisimova plays like this against anybody, she wins. Nobody could beat this Anisimova right now. Maybe, Swiatek would have probably got overpowered. Sabalenka might have been able to maybe serve a bit better than Coco. That's the only thing that Coco's serving, and not the double faults, but it's more just her serve is not as, is allowing Anisimova to give, hit return winners a little bit, slightly easier, but her serve's still pretty decent, Gauff. It's not terrible today. But, Anisimova's playing ridiculous. So this is crazy. This is crazy. This is scary. So Gauff, if she does lose this match, I don't think she can look back and go, man, I missed those opportunities. Not really. Just put it down to you played against someone who's in very good form right now and very scary form. And try and get, one back when you go to the WTA finals. Not much you could do. Because Anisimova's not allowing Coco to even get in the rallies. As soon as the ball goes into play, Coco's running. She doesn't even have a chance to set up points or do anything. Anisimova, when she wins the first set, 36-1 win-loss. That's crazy. All right, 15-love. Anisimova serves an ace. I'll tell you what, though. I'd love to see Pegula if they make the final. Anisimova and Pegula make the final. That would be interesting to see how Pegula could deal with this Anisimova. That would be interesting. I'll tell you something that Gauff's not doing as well. And look, it's very hard because Anisimova's not letting her, but not making Anisimova move. Anisimova's not having to run much, but that's because Coco is doing all the defending. So Anisimova is just standing on the middle of the baseline and just hitting winners and going crazy. Yeah, Pegula and Anisimova will be very interesting for sure. As Gauff with a forehand into the back of Anisimova, back from Gauff, into the back of Anisimova, as Gauff forehand, again the back of Anisimova, into the back of Gauff, Gauff in the net. I'll tell you this, chat, this is what... Ow. I just kicked my foot against the table. So in that last rally, right, Gauff is just hitting it down the middle, and Anisimova's moving, like this is where Anisimova's standing. Like she's just moving like side to side here, right? She doesn't have to move that much. Obviously angles and, drop shots or whatever. But the thing is, Anisimova's just standing here and just smacking the ball, and now Gauff's having to, travel side to side. But that's sort of where Anisimova is hanging out. In this little box, if she's going out here, she'll hit a shot. She'll go out here. She doesn't have to go out here. And that's where maybe Pegula, if they do play in the final, that may be where Pegula could, when she redirects a shot, it'll be more of an angle. She's got better angles than Coco does, Pegula. So that's sort of where she's hanging out though in this moment, just in this little square, or little rectangle, not having to do much else. She just stands in that spot. She comes in, hits a backhand winner, and it's 4-love. And she's making Coco move. That's exactly where she's just hanging out. So she hasn't had to move. But somebody like a Pegula in the final, if they do play, Pegula won't allow that. Because Pegula, what she does, right, is if Anisimova's here, right, and hits a forehand cross court, what Pegula's going to do is she'll get it back, but she'll hit it back with a big angle. And that's where Anisimova's going to have to hit the ball out here a bit more, right? Whereas Coco, she's just trying to get it back down the middle, and Anisimova's staying here, and then she'll go here, right? And then she'll go here, and here. And Gauff's going whoop, 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 whoop. Whereas at Pegula, when she's on the run, you'll notice, maybe when she plays later against Noskova, which is great preparation because Noskova hits the ball hard. It'd be good preparation if Pegula gets through and plays Anisimova. When she's on the run, she'll hit a cross court, and it'll be on an angle. So that'll be interesting if Pegula does make the final. If the use of angles will make it more interesting against Anisimova than Gauff's been able to do so far. Does that make sense? Because you might not be able to out-hit Anisimova, but when you are on the stretch, if you can try and angle the ball and put Anisimova in some awkward spots, that might be a better tactic than trying to just get it back down the middle, because that's where Anisimova wants it. She wants it down the middle where she can just stand there and hit the ball again and again and again. Love 15. As Gauff serves an ace. 15-all. As Gauff serves again. First serve is a fault, second serve. As Gauff double faults. 15-30. 15-30. And this has just been too good. Just too good. As that goes out by by Coco. And Anisimova is now ready to go at 5-love. This is just insane. And Coco now is trying to hit massive first serves because she thinks that's the only way to win. And maybe it is, but she's missing the first serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Return goes into the forehand of Gauff, who hits a drop shot. But Anisimova gets it. Then Gauff goes down the line for a winner. That's a great point. 30-40. It's a tough way to win, but she gets a point. Still break point, though, 30-40. But even then, like, even though it was a good drop shot, Anisimova got there and smacked it cross court, and Gauff was there, but she only just won the point, Coco. Wasn't like she played a great point and she got she hits it out anyway, so it's 5-love. This is crazy good by Anisimova. This is how good she can be. All right. Here we go. And if I tell you, Chad, if you thought that maybe Anisimova wasted her opportunities in those finals of Grand Slams, and you watch this lady and you don't think she can make a final of a slam next year and maybe win one, I mean, Australian Open, US Open, Wimbledon, playing like that will get you that trophy. All right. Anisimova is proof that taking care of your mental health keeps you right. I mean, look, yeah. Credit to her for taking the time off that she needed. Coco trying different stuff. She heard you. Yeah, but it's hard because it's not as easy as just like, oh, make her run. Because, like, you know, hit a drop shot. Because Anisimova's getting to those still. But the thing is, I'll be really interested to see how Pegula handles this if Pegula wins tonight in the final. Because that'll be interesting. But also, you got to remember, even though Anisimova is playing great today in the semis, can she do it in the final? Obviously, more pressure. The trophy's right there. Having lost a couple of big finals recently, you know, will that be a factor in her head when she plays that, you know, plays in the final tomorrow? If she plays Noskova, that'll probably be a bit easier, right? Because Noskova will be nervous too. But if she plays Pegula, Pegula's been in a lot of big finals and won a big trophies as well. So we've got to think of like, will this Anisimova show up tomorrow? Because, or will there be a little bit of, you know, reminder of what happened at the US Open and Wimbledon, right? We'll find out, I guess, if she gets it done here. Love 15. But yeah, Pegula against this game would be very interesting. 47 minutes, by the way. That's insane. That's insane. Love 15. Serving to the back end of Gauff. Gauff hits it wide. 15-0. She has won a Masters 1000 before. True. Who did she play in that 1000? I can't remember. Who did she beat? Because that definitely matters, right? Losing to Sabalenka and Swiatek in Grand Slam finals, the best of the best, is one thing. But then, you know, I think she didn't she beat Towson? No, she beat Penko. Okay. She did lose to Pegula in the Canadian final last year, but it was 3 sets. So in big finals, she's won 1 and lost 3. But she won in Doha, beat out Ostapenko in straights. So obviously, Anisimova would rather play Noskova. Because Pegula in a big final, Pegula's still, you know, playing. I mean, when she beat Penko, we know how good Penko is, but she's not top 10 at the moment. Forehand in the net by Anisimova, 30-0. 30-0. So yeah, she'd rather play Noskova. Yeah, Pegula can exactly redirect and absorb the power. Exactly. Especially redirecting it to make Anisimova run. That's going to be the game that Pegula, if Pegula makes the final, because Pegula still has to get through tonight, which is not going to be easy. As Gauff, it's backhand to the backhand of Anisimova. Forehand from Gauff. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Gauff with the forehand again. Anisimova with another forehand into the forehand of Gauff. Into the forehand of Anisimova. Goes down the line. Gauff backhand on the stretch. Anisimova backhand to the backhand of Gauff. Who goes down the line for a winner. And that is the first time that Gauff has made Anisimova move a little bit and she wins a point. Also, Anisimova has never beaten Gauff. Beaten Pegula. It's 3-0 Pegula. But she has played, the last 2 matches have gone 3 sets. But she's never beaten Pegula before. 3-0 in Pegula's favor. All right, Coco. To avoid a bagel. That was by far the best point the Gauffs played. All right, Anisimova serves. Into the front of Gauff, back into Anisimova in the net. Okay, there's a break back. All right, Gauff gets one back. Still a long way behind, but still. 1-5. Or 5-1. All right, let's see if Gauff can get another game. Serve to the back end of Anisimova. Gauff for the back end down the line. Anisimova slices it back. Gauff comes in and hits a forehand winner. Okay. That's the Coco that we were thinking we'd see today. By the way, Musetti's up a set and a break. And Zverev is up a set and 4-all in his match. As Gauff puts that in the net. Good return on Anisimova, 15-all. Benchik is in a second set tiebreak, but he's losing it. 15-all. As return from Anisimova's a winner. She's just redirecting the serve as well, which is super frustrating for Coco, who's hitting a decent serve and it just comes back for a winner. It's like, I mean, that was just a great return by Anisimova again, 15-30. And then Gauff serves an ace. All right, 30-all. Gauff serves again. And Anisimova a slice return. Gauff hits a backhand cross-court winner. All right, 40-30. As Gauff serves a fault, second serve. Serving to the forehand of Anisimova. Return winner. Too good. Deuce. As Gauff serves an ace again, all right. Advantage, Coco. As Gauff serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes back in of Gauff. Down the line to the forehand of Anisimova. Gauff with the forehand. Getting to the forehand of Anisimova. Anisimova hits it long. All right, Coco gets another game. But Anisimova's going to serve for the match again. All right. 5-2 Anisimova. 5-2. All right. Coco's struggling to win matches right now. This is a semi-final. What do you mean? In a semi-final. What do you mean? I mean, quarterfinal Cincinnati, she lost to Paolini. Fourth round of the US Open, she lost to Osaka. And then semi-finals here. I mean, I think that's pretty good. She lost to Mboko in Montreal, who won the whole thing. I think she's been okay. I don't think she's struggling to win matches. She's won 49 matches, lost 15 this year. Sorry, not for this year. 42 wins, 13 losses this year. This would be her 14th loss, but I don't think she's been that bad. Struggling to win matches. Struggling to win titles, maybe, but not matches. All right, Anisimova serving for the match again. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Gauff. Forehand now from Anisimova to the backhand of Gauff. As Anisimova backhand down the line. Winner. No, it was long. Just went out. Love 15. By the way, if you're gonna criticize Gauff, fine. But like at least get like do a little research. If you're like, oh man, she keeps losing to randoms. Paolini, Osaka, Anisimova, not randoms, right? Just like make sure that if you're going to say something about Coco, make sure it's at least factually correct. 15-all. As we're going to serve again from Anisimova. Great serve down the tee. 30-15. Gauff's not as good as she thinks she is. 2 of her last 3 tournaments, she's lost to top 10 players, and the other player she lost to is a 4-time Grand Slam champion. Like, what do you mean? 30-15. Like, I think if you're criticizing Coco, you're pretending like she's the best player on the planet. And in your head, you've got a high expectation. She's number 3 in the world. She's losing number 4 in the world. Why is this so? I mean, yeah, the scoreline is definitely shocking, but we've seen, players like Swiatek beat the number 3 in the world in a similar fashion. So these things happen. The number 4 can beat up the number 3 pretty badly sometimes. We've seen Sabalenka do the same thing to top 10 players at times. All right, Anisimova's got match points now to make the final. First serve's a fault, second serve. Zverev's injured? Oh, no. All right, 40-15. Second serve. Into the forehand of Gauff. Return goes wide, and Anisimova, too good. Too good. And they hug it out at the net. Really nothing Gauff could do. So I would be interested to hear what Gauff has to say. But that's just one of those matches where you come up against somebody who's just playing like crazy. And you can't do anything. There's nothing Gauff could do. There was she got 2 games at the very end, maybe because Anisimova got a little nervous, and Gauff did play some good points at the end, but that was just not much she could do. Not much anyone could do in that situation. That's just too good. Unplayable. That's a good word. Yeah. Unplayable. Anisimova was unplayable. That's a good word. That is very good. Yeah. Unplayable is the correct word for that match. But I really want to see Pegula take on Anisimova now, because I want to see if her game and her style, how that matches up against this Anisimova. So yeah, Zverev serving for the match is getting like a medical time out on his foot. What happened? Did he roll his ankle or something? Zverev landed like normal and hurt his toe. Yeah, because it's 15 love. So getting a medical timeout in the middle of a game is crazy. He landed on his big toe. Ouch. Coco's playing terrible since RG. No, she just hasn't won a title since RG. No, he's back on court, so he must be okay. We said he's dominating, by the way. All right, by the way, if you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. We're going to watch the final tomorrow with Anisimova and somebody. I'm not sure who it's going to be yet, but we'll wait and see. Can Amanda be number 3 if she before Wuhan? She can't because the draw's going to come out, so she'll be number 4. But how far away is she from Gauff in the rankings? She's like a long way away. Gauff lost 600 points. If Anisimova wins the title, she'll still be 1,300 points behind Gauff, which is not that. Like, I mean, yeah, it's okay. It's the WTA finals and like by the end of the year, Anisimova could be number 3 because Gauff has so many points to defend in at the WTA finals. But yeah, it's still a long way away. Like Coco would have to lose pretty much the rest every match for the rest of the season, and not win any more points. And then Anisimova would have to like win this tournament, make a good run at the WTA finals as well. But she could do it. It's mathematically possible. Yeah, in the finals race, she's 16 points behind. Yeah, but that's... I'm looking at the official rankings, and they will end up being the same thing. I know that. But it's because the WTA finals points for Gauff, she has 1,500 points there. So, and I think did she make the final last year of this tournament, of Wuhan? Sorry, I can't remember. Yeah, Zverev just won. But... yeah, he is struggling. By the way, Komisanya's also struggling physically. I tell you, Shanghai is going to take some souls because the courts are slow, the weather is super humid, and players are going to. And it's the end of the year. Everyone's already tired already. All right, yeah, Komisanya's like, yeah, he's stuffed. All right. By the way, schedule came out for tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we've got Djokovic and then Sinner after that, if he wins tonight. So that'll be our day tomorrow. I'm not sure when the final of Beijing is tomorrow, but I'm not sure when that starts. I would say probably before that. And then also, depending on what Eala does today, we'll see if we watch her tomorrow. Yeah, Runa's playing on Bear tomorrow. That's That should be good for Runa because it's on a slow court. On bare on a slower court is not as good. So that's a good one for Runa, as long as he can physically get through that match. With the weather, because he's going to be first thing in the morning, which is going to be interesting. Chat. So we're going to be coming back in about an hour to watch Eala in Wuhan, and then we've got Sinner coming up against Altmaier. So I'll send you over to the Eala match. This match went way quicker than I expected. But man, Anisimova, that's how scary she is. That is like that. That is the Anisimova that, that's why she's where she is in the rankings. You thought, 2 Grand Slam finals, good for her. But that style of play, that is the scariest. And if she plays like that, she's winning a slam next year. But she wins 1 and 2. Gauff won a couple of consolation games at the end, but that was all Anisimova. She was on fire. And she's into the final. We're going to see who she's going to play. Watch that tomorrow. Hopefully she plays Bagula. I would love to see that matchup. I think that's a great... it was a really fun matchup for tomorrow. But we're going to be watching Wuhan qualies in a little bit, and then also Sinner taking on Altmaier. We'll see you soon.